what's going on guys? It's Ben from ParkerBaits and welcome back to another fishing video. Today you join me down Churchgate Lakes. Now, somewhere I've never fished before, but I'm really excited to get my teeth into the next few days. I really am. This place is unbelievable. I rocked up this morning, we've been chauffeured to our swims. The customer service is probably some of the best customer service I've seen at a lake before. Really give you some time to speak to you when you turn up at the shop, when you obviously approach. Really easy this one because I booked it through Swimbooker. If anybody wasn't aware what Swimbooker is, it's an online slash app that you can go on, book your swim with ease, with no problems whatsoever. And I like to say idiot proof. It makes it simple and you don't have to speak to anyone as well. You can literally go on and do it. It's simple. And again, at the description down below is exactly how you can book this lake and the Swimbooker app, Swimbooker link, sorry. So yeah, there it is guys. I'm going to bring on my journey over the next couple of days, and like I said, I'm absolutely buzzing. There's some absolute beauties in here. I wouldn't say anything absolute nosser pig, meaning over £40, but there's about a dozen 30s. It's around 3 acres inside. We're on the top lake on this particular session. I've got tea coming down in a couple of days. I'm also stayed over Garredd's last night, which is one of the ParkerBaits ambassadors, and someone you saw on the Burners Hall video, and we really picked his brains in the video and spoke to this gentleman. And it went down a tree and people loved it, and that video done very well. So that's who I'm with, that's where I'm at, and that's how long I'm here for guys. And like I said, I'm going to bring you on my journey. Now if you haven't seen me before, my name's Ben and this is the Parker Brothers YouTube channel. Now what we normally do, well I always say this, what we normally do, we always upload Sunday 7:30. There's loads of people in, and actually last week we broke our record. We done 442 people in the live when the video dropped on a live premiere at 7:30 on a Sunday. So if you are free, you want to join the ParkerBaits wave, head over to the Parker Brothers YouTube channel. Tune in 7:30 because we always upload on a Sunday. Sometimes we've been uploaded, sometimes we upload on a Wednesday as well, 7:30. So there it is. Without further ado, I'm going to kick this video off. Give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward, and hopefully me, Garrett and T can bring you an absolute banger. So bosh, here it is, Churchgate Lakes, and we're getting chauffeured to the swim. So there's Garedd in there now, one of the ParkerBaits ambassadors. Apologies for the rain there on the lens, but look at that. Customer service at its absolute finest. Come on the carp, come on the nosser pigs, and come on the ParkerBaits, baby. This is it. We're here for the next few days. Oh, what a beautiful swim, mate. Look at that. Peg 8. So there was method behind the madness here. I wanted to set the bivvy up so I can bring over, oh, mats, slings, nets, all included. Brilliant. But yeah, I wanted to bring that round so I can then bring my bed chair round without getting soaked. But mate, look at it. So clean. There's not a crisp packet in sight. Beautiful fishery. Look at that peg, mate. Everything's just lovely. So Garrett just turned around and said to me, this is the quickest erection he ever gets. And there it is. I'll tell you what, that thing has went up in all of the space of about 5 seconds. Quite impressed really. It's the Ridgemonkey tent. You can get the extension. He has actually got the extension for it as well, but yeah, what a bit of kit. And that's going to be like our holding point in the middle. We can do filming, prep bait, talk through rigs, etc. Yeah, we've been quite fortunate this session where the owner has actually given us a couple of pegs for the filming. So yeah, thanks very much. But yeah, chauffeur to your swim, mate. Say no more. First time for everything, shall we say. They got oxygenated blocks on the bottom, all over the place. Massive investment, but imperative to a fishery really, for not only the fish, the quality of the water, but the growth rates as well. So isn't it nice? Right, wow, I've been doing the walk rounds because I've got to lose some weight. It saves me from joining Weight Watchers as well, but yeah, we've just got the last runs to do now. Garrett's brung everything but the kitchen sink, including 97% of the ParkerBaits range as well. But yeah, I've just got our essentials in here now. I've got to take that barrel out. I don't need that because, like I said, they supply mats, but I brung it just in case. Chair, a few other bits and bobs. Happy days. Right, so it's all going on here at the moment. So Garrett's got his bivvy set up there. There he is, man himself. We got this absolute marquee here, like I mentioned earlier, but that is a serious bit of kit. So we can sort of do filming in here over the duration of the time we're here at Churchgate Lakes. And then obviously I'm just to my right. But first point of call, obviously not knowing the lake whatsoever, you are allowed boats here. So we've put the deep on the back of it, and we're going to just see what's going on out there. Maybe we might even get a ping of a fish, which would definitely put a smile on my face. But we're going to get this set up, take it out, see what the bottom's doing, see if we ping any fish. You've got an oxygenator there, you've got one there. It looks nice down there. The wind's slowly trickling sort of across the lake, if you like. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. That's the plan of action. That's how we're going to attack it. But first point of call, let's see what that bottom is doing. Happy days. So if you want to save some money on the deeper, go in the description down below and you'll find my link, and you can actually save your money. We've got a ParkerBaits discount code, and this is the sort of stuff you're seeing. So already we know it's 5 foot out there, which is something we didn't know a minute ago. The sort of bailiff kept us in the loop, said it was around 6 foot, and he's right. He's definitely right. So quite uniform from what I can see. Looks like there's a slight bit of silkweed at the bottom there, so maybe that's something we need to think about with the mechanics of the rigs, so we're not going in silly. But again, no pinging a fish at the moment. I'm not gonna jump. I'm gonna come back to you in a second, but we're gonna try and find some spots. But yeah, that's what we're seeing at the moment. Ping! Very high in the water, very quickly. Rules here state you're only allowed to use 1 zig for the 3 rods. So I can have one and Garrett can have one, but we're both very keen zig anglers, and that's quite a good sign. And have you got it on the big fish setting?
No, we'll go through the settings.
Yeah, that's fine, that's cool. But yeah, 6 foot, definitely deep over the back there. I wonder what it's like nearer the island. I'll tell you now. So he's pulling up to the island now. So about 1 metre off the island there the boat is, and then she starts going up. She starts going up there on the sonar. So we need to be fishing off of that island, don't we? Not too close. And in saying that, it dips back down again, the other side there. That is pinging the same fish because he's hovering. But yeah, they're definitely up in the water. It's up in the water, should I say. And it is on the big fish setting, because I've just checked. So I would imagine that fish is over 10 pound. But it's really nice to get some proper footage with the deeper, because it's not something I've really done on the channel before. And you really get a gauge of what it's like as a bit of kit. Cool, that pulls up there, doesn't it? How interesting.
Go into it.
Right, so you can see the boat right in the middle of the channel. So just there's a fish. There's a little hole there in the middle. It sort of goes up as you come into the channel, and then it grades off again. But there is fish picking up in that channel, so that in my eyes is asking for a zig. So I'll probably fish zig on the middle rod, bottom bait on the left and bottom bait on my right, and that's probably how I'm going to go and plan an attack from what I've seen on that middle rod so far. But very, very interesting to say the least. The boat is right up against that. That's like 2 foot off the bank, Garrett,
yeah,
give or take, something like that.
Yeah, maybe a foot off.
Foot off. So that there is probably my right hand rod. Definitely that is pinging fish. Look at this. Look at that. That could be a big fish, you know. Yeah, that's a good sign, mate. So I'm definitely going to have a rod down there. One there on a zig. One there. And then, what's your plan of action then, mate? What?
I think I'm going to go beside you on the middle tree that we've got.
Yeah.
Again, same as you, as we're coming in through that bay, coming either side of the island.
Yeah.
And I'm going to investigate down a little bit further down the island and just see what else we can find.
You're quite lucky in this swim, because you've got the flexibility. Being that nobody's fishing there at the moment, you can sort of push it a little bit more that way, which is quite convenient to say the least. But yeah, cheers for that, mate. And I'm sure we'll touch more over this session with Garrett, exactly what he's doing, like we did at the Burners Hall, pick his brains and really see how he approaches this water, because this is a little bit grey for both of us, because we've never fished it before. We don't really know what we're going into, but sometimes I have some of my best trips on a fish like this, and seeing them fish pinging is putting a smile on my face and getting that little heart pumping. So come on the Carp and come on the ParkerBaits. HMS Ridgemonkey coming back in with a deeper on the back. What a bit of kit. And I tell you what, if you are up here and you're coming up here, that's an edge in itself. You're not coming up, you're not throwing rods in, you're not smashing the swim apart while you're up here. It's good angling personally in my eyes. I think you can sort of go in very stealthy. I think we're going to use the ParkerBaiter on this session as well. So we'll probably give you a bit more of an insight on that. So yeah, it's all exciting stuff. But yeah, mate, I know I keep saying it, but it looks bloody mega. It really does. I'm absolutely buzzing to get a rod out. Absolutely buzzing. So the rods are out, but I didn't get any footage, mate. It's absolutely weighing it down out there. I'm soaked, look at me. Shout out to Carp Works Clothing. Yeah, I'm absolutely soaked. Look at it. I've had to change my jumper. Look, I've got my jumper down here. That's soaked. But luckily, look at this bad boy. I've been really treated this session. I've got a Ridgemonkey jumper with the Churchgate logo on it. How cool is that? So I'm going to put that on later. Thank you very much. Churchgate Lakes, you know, that really is a nice touch, that. We've got a lovely shop here, and I'm sure we'll touch on that later on my journey here at the lakes itself. But yeah, Garrett's got 2 rods out now. He's slowly getting through it. I've just had a liner on my left hand rod. I say liner, I mean I'm fully backleaded down, so I'd imagine it was a liner, unless things are just recovering over there. But yeah, rods are out. Happy with that. Absolutely smashing it down out there, but then smiling. At the moment, 1 rod there, 1 rod there, and 1 rod just over down there. Oh my god, it's heavy rain. Oh. Look at that. That's a drop back. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. Cool, that's good. That was the first rod I put out. That was definitely some kind of action over there. I'll just check that there's no ducks over there. Right, we're good. That's a blooming good sign, that is. That rod ain't been out long at all. Come on, Carp. It's at lunchtime. I'm putting out the goods again. We got ham and bacon. Is it ham and bacon?
Chicken.
Chicken and bacon.
Chicken and bacon.
And Pringles with a view. So we're just playing about the deeper, and I've seen 1 fish sort of in the middle. No fish on this spot, no fish on that spot. The odd fish over there, and then we've taken it over there just because obviously there's nobody fishing at the moment. Just off that aerator there's a big pile of fish, so no brainer. We're going to take out the HMS Ridgemonkey and hopefully nick one. I just caught him there putting the flat spot on it. Garred over there with the rod, slowly keeping that tension on, and he likes to keep a bit of tension on when it's dropped, which is interesting. And I love how everybody's got their own techniques with the boat. I really do. There's me, I'm going. I'm seeing if I'm gonna have to do it by eye, because we've taken the deeper off, but I know where it is. I know exactly where it is. I know that's give or take pretty much where it was. There's a willow over the back there, and it was just to the left of the willow, just behind the that oxygen block on the bottom. So yeah, that's pretty damn good where that is, I'm telling you now. So fingers crossed we can nick a quick bite off that before dark. Would be lovely to go into this session and nick one before dark. Would be the ultimate, really. Me and Garedd have both sat here and said, you know, a 30 pounder would be the be all and end all, you know, that'd be absolutely awesome. But you know, to catch one on the first night, yeah, very nice too. So I'm going to get this Ridgemonkey in now and touch base with you in a bit. Happy days. They really have thought of everything here. I mean, there's even benches, so we've just pulled a bench. We'll put it back when we're done. But, you know, it's lovely, absolutely lovely. So we're going to have a little barbecue tonight, safely. Every swim, mate. I mean, look at it. It's all been planted proper. The overflows, oh, it's just, look at it. Every single swim. Very, very posh, very posh. And the only way of putting it across is a 5-star fishery. You know, electric in each swim. You're having a laugh. Don't charge extra for that, if you are a member. And there is availability, because the owner said to me there is a few slots available. There's a fee that you've got to pay up front, and then every time you come down, you then got to pay an additional charge. but look what you get. Look what you get in the shop. Apparently you can get a food cheer swim. I don't know if we're going to be trying that this session, but yeah, there's some, you can get the food. Apparently it's banging. I mean, not one bit of rubbish in sight whatsoever, but boy am I looking forward to a nice dinner. This is Garredd's swim. He's got his Nossa tent. Look at that bad boy. That's the bigger one to mine, that is, and it's definitely bigger. His orange line, look down there. So excited, mate. I just hope we get one tonight. I really do. You know, to start off this session, kick it off with a fish on the first night. I know I said this earlier, but yeah, wouldn't it be nice? But yeah, looks like the barbecue is on, and I am excited, baby. Look at it. Oh, look at these posh things he's got as well. I think these are solar, mate, aren't they?
Hey, mate.
Solar.
No, they are Summit.
Summit. Is this the ones you got at the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Garedd kind of the big ones show and come up to me and goes, "Look at these bad boys." Now that is some serious engineering there. I mean, it's just nice. It just it looks good quality. And obviously having these little indents makes it a lot easier when you're doing your wraps, and if you're not 100% pulling it tight every time, you know it's not going to ping off and you're going to have a massive bird's nest. That's the worst thing in the world. But yeah, they're naughty. They are. I'd definitely like a set of them one day, but I have to stick to my little black ones I got for now. They do the job. But yeah, we're well underway, baby. I'll let you know what we're going to cook later. What we got for dinner tonight, mate? We
have got sweet corn and chicken kebabs.
This man does not mess about. He's brung a. Every time I come with him, I make the joke because it's like I'm fishing with Gordon Ramsay's cousin. That's the only way of putting it across. When we went to Berners Hall, I had this gourmet bloomin' steak in it. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to dinner. If you couldn't tell already, but yeah, it was all going so well. And then the rain starts. Little break in the rain, thought we'd take advantage of that, and it's done the complete opposite. Brilliant. Oh, that's nice. Really is nice.
Smell that smell.
I tell you, this bloke's like walking around your local tackle shop. Every time I look around, there's a new box or something. I remember this from last time. But yeah, no, that's a serious bit of kit, and I spoke about this in the Berners Hall vlog, so go over to the channel, check it out for yourself, guys. But I said, you haven't made the kebabs, have you? Look at this, mate. It makes me look like I come out of a cracker in comparison. Got some crunchy salad there, wraps, butter, salt and pepper for these bad boys. It's got sauces, rock salt. Oh, mate. Happy blooming days, happy blooming days. Proper Ridgemonkey plates over there. I don't think I've ever seen one of them before. I normally use a box or something. But yeah, and a lovely view. I keep saying that, but yeah, it really is a lovely view. Bosh, dinner's served. I've got a lovely corn on the cob, salt, pepper, butter there melting away, kebabs on. Life pretty much couldn't be better right now. Lovely bloomin' jubbly. Thanks very much, mate.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Oh, I don't think it gets much better than that, does it? Get in the comments down below. Dinner at its finest, on the bank with a view. All we need now is a Nossa pig. So we're round 2 now, and the potatoes were lovely as well. A little bit of salt and pepper. That darkness is coming in, and it's coming in quick. Before you know it, it's going to be pitch black, I'm sure. Well, that's definitely one way to dry off your coat there. We've got a lovely view. But yeah, that darkness is really coming in, and I'm probably going to have an early night tonight. I don't know if I said this morning, but we were up about 5 o'clock, so yeah. Well, that's me in the bivvy now, me done for this evening. and it looks mad out there. You've got these lovely lights all round. It's like I'm on holiday, like at Centre Parks or something. It's any way of describing it. But there's the rods. They look good. Sat in my bivvy, quite cold. I've got my new mat. Look at this bad boy. Thank you very much. And yeah, fingers crossed. I'm getting up in a couple of hours. I'm going to get an early night, like I said, but I was up early this morning. And fingers crossed, next couple of hours something mad happens, right hand rod cranks round or something. I just topped up a bit of bait like I mentioned. That'd be lovely. So yeah, it's peace out for me for now, and hopefully I'm touching base with you soon. If not, I'll probably touch base with you in the morning. I'm going to get up through the night, but I'm not going to record that, guys, because it'd be quick. Probably go around, flick a bit of bait out, get back to bed, sort of like that. So that's what I'm going to do. That's where I'm at. Hopefully have a banging night. Good night all. Good morning. Wind's trickling down this end. Just coming up to 7 o'clock, and nothing through the night. A few liners, got up about 2:30. Put a little bit more bait out. Try to be proactive. But yeah, that wind's coming down this end. And hopefully it continues coming down this end. Very cold, very wet. A lot of bird life out there this morning. Sort of just over here, loads of bird life. But they're not diving down, thank God. But as always, I'm going to leave my rods till at least 11 o'clock today. I'm just going to sit on my hands and not do nothing. I do feel on these day tickets everybody gets up first light, reels their rods in, start smashing with a spom or throwing out a load more bait. I do the complete opposite. I normally wait till 11, have my breakfast later on, watch the water for the first few hours, see if I can see anything, act upon it if I do, and then go from there basically. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'll probably touch base with you later on in the morning, but coffee time I think, and time to watch. I'm on coffee duty for Garedd this morning, so I'm going to make him a nice coffee. He has black coffee, and I think the plan of action is I'm going to do some foodie bits in a bit, and then I'm probably going to touch over what we've done and since we've been up and the reasons why we've done it. It'd be quite good to go over that. That wind's still trickling down, the rain's on and off constantly. Haven't seen any shows because I've been locked on for the last couple of hours alongside Garedd, just up from me. So yeah, that's basically keeping you in the loop. But like I said, I'll touch base with you in a little bit. But yeah, coffee to warm my hands up. Yes, please. Oh, have a nice Carp tonic mug. Look at this. Here. Look at this bad boy. Cheers, Kev. Oh my God, it's sleeting out there. It's like a sleety snow. I'm making rigs in my bivvy, and it's just getting colder and colder. Ain't looking good, is it? It's bloody freezing. Oh. As you can see, we clearly picked the best time to come fishing. This is the second time this year I've turned up and it's snowing. My hands are absolutely freezing. I can barely feel them. But I think my best chance of a bite is a zig. You're only allowed one zig on the rod. I had a zig out throughout the duration of the night because I knew it was cold and we had seen fish on them top layers of the water. But yeah, I've just dropped the zig down by about another 1.5 feet. I've redone my left hand rod. Whether I do my right hand rod, I'm not sure yet. Might leave that another hour, but I'm going to get this rod out. So there's a channel over here, if you can see through the snow. It's very, very shallow, then it drops. So my thought process behind that last night was, it's obviously shallow where it is, and then it comes and it drops to 5 foot. So I pulled off the shelf, meaning that hopefully the fish were going to pull off the shelf. Big lazy fish normally pull over and ain't going to drop down immediately. They're going to come out a little bit and then slowly drop down. So that was my thought process behind that. But I'm going to put it in the same spot, but obviously I've dropped the zig now. So if they are dropping down more aggressively as they come over the top of that sort of hip and come down, then hopefully this should pick them up. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this rod out now. Happy days. It is blooming cold, mate. Gosh, happy days. One cast. I'm trying to keep the disturbance down as minimal as possible. Yeah, I'm going to shut up now. I'm not putting any back leads on this. Left hand rod I've put a back lead on. Right hand rod I've put a back lead on. This rod, obviously being that it's a zig, I'm fishing straight up to it because I know I'm going down to the lead, not up to where it is. So that's the thought process behind that. I'm going to get this rod down on there and warm my hands up. A couple of other things with this as well. I've got my clutch set quite tight just in case it runs down the other end, and not only that, I'm not fishing bowstring tight, I'm fishing tight, but it's sort of like semi-tight if you like, so I know when I'm going to get a knock or it moves that zig. Beautiful. Get back in that bivvy. So we just went round with the boat there, and with the deep on the back of it, had a bit of a play. We used the walkie-talkies, worked really well to be fair. If you come forward, you're coming up to the oxygenator now in front of you. You can go right, forward. What's the depths?
5 foot, 5'1".
Any fish pinging?
No, not at all.
Driving it blind just to see, because obviously T's going to be going in here later, so we thought have a quick look round his peg for him, so give him a heads up where he can fish tonight, or where's the best place to fish tonight prior to him getting here, because I know he's turning up late. Wind's still trickling down, but yeah, it's all bases covered. We've just been talking about hook baits and stuff. We've literally got every single colour on you could possibly imagine, and obviously then the zig as well. I've got a zig out, Garrett's got a zig out as well, so yeah, doing everything we possibly can at the moment. But that sun up there looks very nice, and hopefully, being that obviously we got zigs out like I just mentioned, that could change everything, could pull the fish up in the water potentially, and we could nick a bite, and hopefully that does happen. It's still sort of snowing here and there, conditions really aren't on our side, but I'm happy, I'm smiling, and I'm looking forward to our egg and bacon sandwich this morning. We've got bacon and sausages, and I'm really looking forward to that. Got this bacon down here, look. And I've got them, I've got more bacon in there. Got these sausages, these are lovely, these are, not one bit of fat comes out of them whatsoever. I guess you get what you pay for, like ParkerBaits. Yeah, lovely jubbly. Sausage roll to start off, Garred there. There you go, mate.
Top man, thanks very much.
No worries, bud. So I'm just looking at the weather here. -1 tonight, -3 tomorrow. It's not great, is it? We do pick our days, we really do, but a bit of wind, stops at 4 and starts dramatically decreasing from that point, so yeah. Keep positive. And we'll roll in a second. Bacon wrap, Ben style, for breakfast after, for seconds. Getting that wrap a little bit warm. Garred brought some wraps with him, and obviously we had these last night of our chicken kebabs, and that was absolutely unbelievable, by the way. So yeah, instead of wasting the wraps, one of them each with some bacon, bit of tomato sauce. Happy bloomin' days, mate. Join me next to Garred, and I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to go over exactly what we've been doing this session, and our sort of if we kick it off of our baiting approach. I think for myself, and I know Garrett's fished a similar sort of baiting approach to me in regards to what we're fishing is quite small, meaning we've got things like the chops in, the magic dust, also a lot of naturals. So yes, we've given them a little bit of bait, not too much, but meaning because it's small and little bits, you can always get away with putting a bit more out, because you know they're not going to fill up. That's probably the best way of putting it, crossing it to a degree how we've sort of done it.
Yeah, 100%, and also using the sauce. And we're using the lake water with what we're doing to give that cloud effect, so we're trying to get in between those layers.
Yeah. The liquid food, again, he's brung that up brilliantly. And brung the fruit and nut with me, the sauce. It's a pure liquid food, there's no bulkers in it. It's no things like glycerine or anything like that, which no real nutritional value to the fish. So this is a pure liquid food, and being that's a pure liquid food, it's actually quite a heavy liquid. So we're finding that if you mix it with lake water, it's perfect for the zig scenario, but if you don't mix it with lake water and really get it going into your chops, it sinks very quickly. And something you've used to great effect very recently as well, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for here today, I've actually gone with both what we're talking about. You know, we both switched over to zigs.
Yeah.
We've both got a bottom bait on there, so you know, I've used on one of the buckets, which is more water, more thinner, to get into the layers for our zigs.
Yeah.
And I've also gone more into, you know, like a ground bait ball, which really, you know, we've got the chops, got all the naturals, the bloodworm and the krill and the bits, and it's all mixed
snails
in.
As well, didn't
snails, we've got micro snail in there, but it's just, you know, 1,000 little tiny particles, and hopefully with the magic dust rising up off the bed once it's come out of the liquid sauce, we should then hopefully get some attraction for the fish coming.
No, I totally agree with that, mate, and I think that's another key point there he's just mentioned. I mean, Garrett's well into his fishing to the degree where he sits there at home, very similar to myself, where we play about the products to see how they react to the water. So when you're given that scenario in front of you, maybe you're fishing a single that's dipped in magic dust, you actually know what's going on at the bottom of the lake bed. Now when we turned up, the wind was sort of all over the show, and to be honest, it's been all over the show.
Well, we've done a full 360. We started off on a south-westerly, it's gone to a north-northeast, to an east-westerly, to a southeast, and I think it's just coming back to a north-northeasterly as at the moment, which is actually pushing down our end of the lake.
Yeah.
But it's a cold wind.
Yeah, yeah. So working off the back of that, I mean, like you said, it is a cold wind, but the wind has been quite aggressive. We have been very proactive watching the weather over the duration alongside the wind with that, and like you said, it's been going here, there and everywhere. But tomorrow, thank God, it finally kicks off and stops. It just stops. So we should have a nice flat calm scenario. Whether that will make the fish move around, I don't know, but if they are holding up off the back of the wind for, say, scenario's sake at the moment, being that it's going to be flat calm tomorrow, the temperatures are slightly better, give or take the same, to be honest with you, that might move the fish. Fingers crossed it does. And last but not least, guys, is another thing when you're fishing small intimate waters, and I know Garrett's a massive fan of these as well, is backleads. Yeah. Now we're both using backleads. We're fishing very similar sort of water, and there's a couple of key benefits to backleads in my eyes, and one, the main thing being is if you hook into a fish, especially when you're fishing small waters like this, if you've got all 3 rods on backleads, if your middle rod goes, you're not going to take out your left or your right, and it works very well for that. Especially if you're fishing really tight to a spot as well. Being that the backlead's down, you're dropping them right in front of the rods, and then it's going from there out, as opposed to just line going straight down to where it is. But not only that, you've got the factors of wary fish coming in, haven't you, mate? If your line's pinned to the bottom and something comes in, I think the bigger fish can sense that, can feel that.
And certainly we've got 2 both on one spot, left and right of the one spot, which we've both been working at, and then we're working outwards, you know, and we've seen that there's a ledge and it's dropping off, and it, you know, that is quite, I wouldn't say flat, but you know, the minute we've got that line going across, if fish, because there are 2 pathways into the island in front of us.
There is.
They come in, they're just going to go up the other end. But tomorrow we got more fishermen coming to the other end of the lake. Yeah. So hopefully that'll push them through. But touching back on the back leads, you know, and it is the point. There's nothing worse, especially in the middle of the night. You ever, it's come out, it goes across, and you've wiped out 3 of your rods. You don't know where stuff's going, but it does keep that stealth mode going. And that's the whole thing we've approached this day. We've got no spotting. No. Everything has been on, you know, the baiting pole, which I'm sure we'll talk about, you know, a little bit later. Yeah. You know, we're going out with cat's bolt, throwing stick. Little bits. Little and often. You know, so we're really doing our utmost here to try and keep that stealth approach. Yeah.
Not making much noise on the bank as well, have we? We're not, you know, sort of making loads of noise. It seems a silly thing to say, but I think sometimes people go fishing. That's fine. If you're going out fishing just to have a laugh, have a social, that's totally respect that. And I mean, there is occasions that I do go out, but I take my fishing very seriously alongside Garred, and I'm ultimately here to catch fish, and that's what I want to do alongside you, mate, don't we? Yeah. So there it is, guys. Without going on, there's a little bit more of an insight of our baiting approach and the reasons why we've done that, and obviously being that it's smaller bits as well to keep them fish in the area for long periods of time without overfeeding them. A lot of naturals in the mix, being that it's this time of year, because I feel that fish will drop down on naturals prior to dropping down on, say, chops or boilies, but when they are proactively feeding, then they do drop on the baits.
Point that we've really both hit in, you know, with the krill, with the salt, with all the added parts. Yeah. You know, that is saying they're coming out, and you know, daffodils coming out. We are basically spring. Those fish have got to be coming in. They're going to be looking for those salts. Yeah, yeah. You know, as we've been discussing to great detail into your baits and those added extra. Yeah. As soon as they come on us,
it's game over. Well, we'd like to think so, mate. We would like to think so. But yeah, that's where we're at, guys. And like I said, just finishing off there, and obviously backleads. And if you haven't used backleads in your own armoury, it's definitely something you should worth doing. Just be warned with backlead, guys. If you are fishing, say for scenario's sake, somewhere like Berners Hall, I would stay very clear away from backleads, because if you're fishing at range, they can potentially make you lose fish, and it's not ideal. So yeah, there it is, a little bit more of an insight. I hope you've liked that, but like I promised at the beginning of this video, I wanted to really sort of go into a little bit more depth than what we normally do, and really explain to you the reasons and the thought processes of why we've done what we've done. Right, so next up is a couple of tips that I've used to great effects over the winter, and definitely put some fish on the bank for me, to say the least. And not only that, this is the first year in over 20 years of fishing I've actually started adding oil into my mixes, and I'm going to touch on that in a second. I mean, prior to this, obviously the word is, oh, you know, it's hard to digest oils through the winter period, you shouldn't use them, and then flick onto them through the summer. Now I've done the complete opposite this year, and it has changed my angling approach to a degree. Now, what am I going on about? Now, I use a lot of naturals. I use a lot of natural in my mix this time of year, and I use a lot of maggot. Now, I use, whether that's mixed maggots, red maggots, white maggots, or rainbow maggots, because that's another thing now that I've been using over the winter, and you've probably seen that in my videos before. Basically, multicoloured maggots. Now, what have I been doing, and what have I done to make my maggots better? Now, the first thing I do is I've got a product here called the Flat Spot. Now, this is one of our you wouldn't believe the amount of bottles we've sold of this over the duration of the last couple of months, and that's the reason is because it's a blooming good product. Now, the flat spot, it does what it says on the tin. Obviously it causes a flat spot. Now, the flat spot's good for two reasons. Obviously the visual, but not only that, when the visuals then disappeared over a long period of time, but then fish come back over your spot, then it's going to disperse the oils, and the oils, and they're going to naturally float to the top, and then you're going to get a flat spot again. So you've got, and you know if fish are on your spots. That's another key factor for this. There is a bit of a thought process behind it. It's not just an oil I put in a pot and just there it goes. There's good vitamin levels. There's also good omega levels within this as well. And obviously we do it in two different flavours, and we did have a limited edition run at the Big One show, which was our Scopex. Now, in front of me, which is one of my favourites and has been this year so far, obviously we offer a monster crab, but this is the fruity. So if you've got this dot on your flat spot and you've ordered some bait at the ParkerBaits store, this is our fruity flat spot, and something I'm very proud of. Now let me get to the point. What do I do with it? I add it straight away to my maggots. Now, I leave it on there for 4 or 5 minutes, and then I apply the magic dust after. Why do I do this? Now, to a degree, I think the skin on the maggot pulls in some of that liquid to a degree, but not only that, it makes them sticky. So being that the maggots are now sticky, when you apply things like the magic dust, which is this one here, which is our OG fish magic dust, believe it or not, this actually consists of 27 different food particles, and I weigh it up with my family. It takes ages. There's things like squid extracts in there, blood plasmas, there's actually just under 20 different spices, crushed hemp, Himalayan rock salt, and that's just me touching on a few that I can think of off the top of my head. Very stimulating to carp. But because there's so many different food particles there, tens of thousands of miniature little food particles, almost like salt and pepper, even smaller. When you apply it to the maggots after you've added the flat spot, because it's sticky, it sticks to it lovely. Also with that, you can then you can apply it to your PVA bags, because you've taken that sort of wetness away from the maggot, because as you know, over a long period of time, if you just leave maggots and you don't riddle them, moving on to the riddle, which is another thing I use in my angling, I've used for years, just helps stop ammonia build up, keeps the life of your maggots for longer, but not only that, it just keeps them clean. And basically, in my eyes, I think it gives you a massive edge on the bank, because everybody else just gets their maggots, puts them in the pots and use them. Riddle is a game changer. So there it is, the magic dust, the flat spot. Wherever you're fishing in the country this time of year, not only this time of year, but all year round, in particular in the summer months as well, you could also flick onto the monster crab one and then apply the magic dust to it, so you still get the same effects, but you've got that sort of fishy monster crab whack, as opposed to, and that's definitely not wife friendly, this one. This one is the fruity one. All the people at the Big One show, especially the ladies, were all turning around and going, yeah, that one smells nice. The other one, on the other hand. Hopefully that's given you a bit more of an insight in the flat spot, the magic dust, and the reasons why I apply it to my naturals over the winter period. Right then guys, so obviously I've just went over my winter tips. Now we're going to go over Garrett's winter tips, and he's going to talk through how he uses the ParkerBaits paste to best benefits, if you like. So go ahead, mate, talk us through.
Mate. So paste, I think, is one of the most underused products on the market. You're not going to beat an unsteamed, uncooked, pure form product.
I totally agree with that.
So in winter time, what we're looking for, minimal, little bits, go through maximum traction. You know, obviously with our boilies that are going through, they're that softer, they break down, they've got a nice coating around it. This hasn't any of that. This is just the pure nutritional value and form for what we can do. Yeah, and I think it's a product that we really need to start using more, you know, across from fishing. But obviously at ParkerBaits, you used paste. Yeah. Now paste is an old school method.
Really is.
And it's so underused in nowadays fishing. Everyone's there, they've got a pop-up, they've got a Ronnie rig, whichever. But for me, the paste, especially with the way that you put it forward, you know, this isn't off the shelf, this is a freezer bait paste.
So there's no preservative in it whatsoever, mate, is there? We haven't put no monopropylene in, because the only benefit you're going to get from that is, like you just mentioned, it being on the shelf in a tackle shop is very convenient. This is a freezer bait paste. We only offer it in freezer bait to eliminate that preservatives going in it, to basically give you guys a better product.
Yeah. And you know, there's so many different ways that it can be used. I use this actually around my hook bait.
Yep.
So whether I'm using a single or a double bottom bait, that can be wrapped really nicely around boiling.
I've seen you dunk that in your lip-cooled food.
So we get it, you've pasted it around your boilie. We then have the OG fish or the OG fruit and nut sauce.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it compacted, dip it down into your sauce.
Yeah.
Everything, it doesn't really matter if you hook or into the bait.
Yeah.
Get your magic dust.
Dunk it in.
It's there. But number one tip for me,
yeah,
let it dry.
Yeah. And
now you're getting a nice crust around the outside. So not only have you got, as that hits the water, all the little particles and bits which are
spitting in stuff.
You've got the sauce which is oozing. This then breaks down. So you've got for the tiniest little bit of effort, smallest availability of food, and maximum traction are coming through. And this time of year, if the fish are there, they will come and take that. And the thing for me, I can cast to a showing fish rather than having a solid bag.
Yeah.
You know, and making quite a clump as it's hit the water, the fish can get spooked. I can do a single with a bit of paste around it.
Yeah.
You know, and I can ping that straight into the middle of the fish, and I'm making minimal sound. And as it hits down, probably 20 minutes, half an hour, that paste has come off, it's breaking down. You've then got all that goodness and attraction around that hook bait. And another little edge that you could do with the magic dust, put it into a PVA mesh ball. You can hook that onto your hooks. You've not only got the paste going around, you put your little PVA with the magic dust, dunk that in again, then again into the magic dust.
Crikey,
let it dry. It doesn't need to be big, literally the size of a marble.
Sure.
And then that attraction, so all the dry magic dust is going to explode out and come through. You've got the
hit different levels of the water column.
Different level, and it is. And you cast it. You try it yourself. You will make no more noise with putting that out than putting a lead with a single. Can actually get the mesh that doesn't break down.
Yes.
So what would I do? For
the armour mesh.
The armour mesh.
Yeah.
So you roll yourself a nice little boilie.
Yeah.
Which is not obviously being boiled or being steamed. Put it into the mesh. Roll it. Push it down. You've now got something that will not break down, but you've got all the attractions that are coming off.
Gotcha.
Being protected. So rather than that just disappearing, so you can use it in the mesh, or alongside you could have a wafter in there, or you could have the bottom bait.
Gotcha. It's a great edge, that. And another little tip that I use as well to help with slowing down breakdown is double up the armour mesh. Is something I've done before. I've even put 3 layers on, so you've got that attraction, like you said, that's given out, but it's not actually going to break down the bait, or if it does, only a little bit, but you see still, so the mechanics of the rig still work.
And because of the mesh, it does hold it together.
Yes.
Without that mesh, it will break down.
Power of a PVA bag, but basically on a single, but it's a lot smaller, giving off the same attraction. Yeah, I like that, mate. It's a win-win, mate. I think it's brilliant, and I think that's a really good insight on both of our paste. Like you mentioned at the beginning, we offer this in the fruit and nut, and also in the fish. It's not been cooked, it's not been steamed, mate, like you mentioned, to bring up that nutritional value within the bait, because obviously when you cook something or steam something, you are penetrating the bait and ultimately affecting that nutritional value within the bait to a degree. No preservatives, no monopropylene to make it shelf life, because there's the only benefit to that is that you can put it on the shelf on the tackle shop. I'd rather have something with maximised attraction with no preservatives in whatsoever in a freezer, like you mentioned, and you're getting a great product. Well, we're coming into that evening time now. It's coming up to 4 o'clock, and I want to get my rods out 100% before that darkness comes in, so we can enjoy the evening and obviously have some nice food later, being that Gordon Ramsay's cousins with me. So I'm going to go out the same depth zig that I have on one of my rods, because you're only allowed 1 zig here at Churchgate. I've got 4 maggots on the end of it, 4 red little maggots with almost like it almost looks like a pellet. It's not black, it's a brown one. I always use blacks. I thought, you know what, Ben, be different for a change. So I've cut down a little bit of brown foam, almost in the shape of a pellet, put the Medusas on the top, and that's what's going to go out now. It's going to be my left-hand rod tonight. I'm going to actually fish it in the middle of this left-hand water, because we've neglected this bit a little bit. So I'm going to put my zig out there, sort of in the middle of everything. I know it's around 6 foot out there, or just under 6 foot. So the depth's going to be bomb on. It's going to be sort of fishing, sort of just over mid-water, give or take there. And I'm going to be happy with that. So let's get this rod out. Right, well that is rod number 1 out, and like I said, went out lovely, just a little underarm flick, nothing complicated, so I'll be worried if I didn't get that one right first time. Foam's popped up lovely, and I'm glad I can tick off that section of the water to just know that I've tried absolutely everything possible within the armoury to catch a fish. Right, so next up is my OG fish wafter. I've dunked it in the sauce, dunked it in the magic dust. I've got 5 red maggots on the top. And since I've been here, like I said about touching all bases, I haven't fished a bait straight up on its own. I've always put something round it, or some kind of bait round that. So tonight I'm going to fish that over the baited spot, but as a single. It's going on the middle rod. So I've got zig on left, middle rod. I'm going to cast by hand, and maybe on the right hand rod I might put it out of the boat. But yeah, that's the plan of action. And the reason for that is as well, guys, I've got an overhanging tree to my right. There's nobody fishing in the end peg. But I need to be able to, I can't physically cast there, so the only possible way of getting it to a spot I've been playing about with is with that boat, so that's why I'm going to do that on the right hand rod. But yeah, hopefully this does the do tonight. I'm very confident this. I just hopefully now I can get out, not hit clip because I haven't clicked it up, but I just know where I need to get it, but just get that donk so I know I'm presentated. Hopefully that foam pops up and I'm absolutely on the money. Let's get it. Right, I'm happy with that. Again, went out first time. To be honest with you, I thought I was going a little bit far with it, and then the link clipped out. I just put my finger on the spool, slowed it down, and I got a lovely crack as well, so I'm well happy with that. I'm not going to show you the last rod, but the last rod I'm fishing on the same. I've dunked it the magic dust, Medusa on it, but the only difference is I've got a orange pineapple pop-up on, which again is a ParkerBaits product, but with just the Medusa on. I'm not going to record myself taking the boat out, guys, because I'm very interested in that. But yeah, happy with that. Come on the carp. Well happy with that, mate. They look lovely. Look really, really cool. I had a few people comment on the reels. I put them on the Instagram and that. You got the old school long cast. I've had these reels. My mum got me these when I was about 11 years old, give or take, and I've had them ever since, and I'm now 30, so yeah, it puts into perspective. I get them serviced every year. I treat these like a sports car, you know. I get them serviced every year. I look after them, and then they look after you. Don't get me wrong, the rods are new, TX2s I got, but my Shimano Speedmasters I had before this, the cork was mottled because they were so old, like almost like mouldy, but it had a lovely effect. I've still got them. They're still my favourite rods. I've got them at home. And really, should I bring them to this session? Yes, definitely should have, because 13 footers, 3.75 pound test curve. Yeah, very naive of me. I'm the only one to blame, but that's obviously living at 1,000 miles per hour at the moment and not having time to change everything, and then getting halfway up and going, oh damn. But anyway, rods, one in the middle where I've mentioned, one out over here but further off the island on the single, and the other one is right down on the margin. I'm a margin man. I do like fishing my margins, take advantage of them. The wind's been relentless down there all day long, so it seemed like a sensible thing to do, being that I don't know the lake, but I do know fish sometimes, and sometimes they move on wind, sometimes they don't, but no harm in trying, is there? So yeah, rod over there, a few orange, like I mentioned too, with the Medusas on the top, and that's just over there, so you're happy with that. And that's that overhanging tree I was on about, so you couldn't cast over there, but a boat is convenient because there's nobody in that peg. If there's someone in that peg, I wouldn't be doing it for obvious reasons. So yeah, happy days. Right, it's dinner time, and that's definitely something I haven't had on the bank before, is mussels. Mussels for dinner tonight. They're not blooming weight. And a variety of other different stuff as well, so barbie on down there with a lovely view. The rain stopped finally, the sun's coming through a little bit, the snow's stopped, and we've got a flat calm lake. It's like being out of different water at the moment, so hopefully we can see some signs of fish and enjoy our mussels. Look at that, mate. Lovely jubbly. Thank you very much. Well, there's certainly no half measures tonight. We've got steak, salt, pepper, rock salt on top of it. What's that, chapati?
Yeah.
Something like,
a bit of bacon.
Bit of bacon.
Going in with some Spanish potato.
Lovely jubbly. The mussels were absolutely unreal, by the way. The sauce that they come in was lovely. And they weren't that expensive because they were £4. And I'm definitely going to try that myself on the bank. I just need to get myself one of them fancy Ridgemonkey pots there. But yeah, very, very nice. That looks naughty, mate. Are you seeing this, mate? I've got steak, ketchup and bacon in a chapati. I don't think life can get much better than that. Thanks very much, mate. Well, yeah. Look, you can, he says. Look at this. Oh, now, what's this then, mate?
Spanish potato.
Spanish potato. Look at that, piping hot as well. A nice drink of water down there as well. Happy days. Lovely, mate. It's just about finished dinner. And it starts peeing it down again. I mean, someone was watching up there and let us enjoy our dinner. Maybe it was my nan, but yeah, look at this. It's absolutely horrendous. Look at this. One extreme to the other. 1 minute it's nice, 1 minute it's not. I think the wind's done a 360 since we've been here. The temperature's been up and down. Garedd just had a beep. Garredd's just had a real aggressive liner there, right in this horrendous weather. A gentleman's turned over the back there and he's setting up in it. He's just had another beep. Are we going to get a live take? Yeah, I'm definitely going to get inside. Oh, 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 oh. Something over there, mate, isn't there? Yeah. That's a good sign going into the night, but yeah, I'm definitely going to get in because I'm getting absolutely smashed to bits at the moment. Look at this. That rain's finally stopped now, and we're going to have some pudding in a minute. We've got chocolate cake and double cream, and Ben's massively smiling. Talk about food, that's it, I'm smiling. It's not about the fish in this session. It's about this lovely 5-star fishing lake and the food. No, joke aside, guys, I just had a lovely gentleman come down, someone who watches the channel, never used our bait before. I had a lovely chat with him. It really is nice meeting these people, new people. I'm sure friends that are will stay with the ParkerBaits way for the foreseeable future. I really love that. It makes it all worthwhile when you're out and you're editing for a long time and you put a lot of time into the videos. And when people come up and they sort of, oh, you know, I watched the video, it really does make it worthwhile. So on that note, guys, from the bottom of my heart, it really does mean the world to me and my family. You watching all of our videos and supporting the ParkerBaits way, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It really does mean the world. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I'm going to head back over because I can even get some beeps at the moment, but there's also a lot of commotion going in front of his rods, which I think probably is birds over there. He did, yeah, just had a
just run off.
he just we just had a right hand rod, definitely had some action on there, so fingers crossed. That's a sign. That's, like I said, we've had more action in the last 2 hours than we've had blooming the whole plus 24 hours we've been here, so which is a good sign going into this evening. But this is pudding. Look at this, mate. Oh, you know how to eat, don't you, when you're on the bank, mate? Lovely jubbly. Double cream. Definitely going to have to join Weight Watchers when I get home. Thanks very much, mate. Right, wow, that night's come in and we've got the night lights all turn on. It's lovely when it all turns on at night. You can see all the lights around the lake, look, all come on. It's beautiful up here, absolutely beautiful. T's not here yet, but he will be here soon. He's on his way up and he's going to be going in this peg over here, so I'm not going to lie to you, I've put a little bit of fruit in that out for him today. I've put it over by a tree in his water, so when he turns up he can put rods out safely and know that he's sort of got a little bit of bait out for him. So you can thank me later for that, T, and hopefully, fingers crossed, mate, you nick one tonight. But typical T fashion, I'm sure he'll turn up, he'll have a couple of fish, wake up in the morning and go from there. But yeah, we got a little controlled one going on over here, that's nice. and obviously all the lights there in the background all round here. It's just beautiful. Like I said yesterday, I made the joke, it's like I'm at Centre Parks or something. I feel like I'm on holiday. Even Garedd said the same. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to sit back now. We're going to be locking onto the water. We're watching it relentlessly at the moment. No real signs, but a lot of flicking sort of out here, if you can see my fingers. A lot of smaller fish. Now over the last 30 plus hours we haven't really seen much going on, but there's been a lot of movement, if you like. Small fish or not, it's fish in the area, which makes me smile. I'm going to leave it at that. And what a pleasant way to leave you on that note with a shot like that. Lovely. Well, if I'm honest, not too much to update. It's really slow here at the moment. Absolutely pitch black. Look at that, mate. Definitely bedtime for me. Just gone 12 o'clock. Good night. Morning. Absolutely freezing. Look at my rods. Hope the drags work on them. But I've seen my first formal show just to the left of the island. Fish come out the water. Twice. Actually come out 3 times. Go up once, breached, went back down, breached again, stopped them for about a minute and then come up again and breached again. Yeah, so that's a good sign. That's more like yeah. First time I've seen 8 fish come out of the water since I've been here, and that's probably due to the fact of the weather conditions, but it really is nice to see something. It really is. It wasn't massive, but it was a fish, and at the moment I'll take that. There's even ice in my kettle. Look at that. It is now 9 o'clock, so I've got just over 24 hours left. I think I'm leaving tomorrow about 11 o'clock. And if I'm brutally honest with you, I've seen more in the last 2 hours than I've seen the whole time here. It went down to -3 last night. I know I keep saying the weather this, the weather that, but obviously the weather's got a massive part to play this time of the year, and it really can affect the fishing. And also, if the fish aren't moving, you ain't going to catch them. The gentleman right on the end picked one up last night, £27 common, I think the bailiff said this morning. So fair play to you, mate, fair play to you. And that's good angling. You can't take that away from anyone. He's turned up and had one straight away, or sort of through the night last night, and that is good angling. Definitely slightly deeper water up that end from what I saw yesterday on the deeper, but like I said, the fish are moving. It's like being at a different lake. Oh, I just had a knock on the right hand rod. Oh, that'd be nice. But yeah, I'm sort of quietly confident going into today, not because I've just had a beep. It's just that everything's changed, you know, that it's sort of coming alive, the lake. And like I said, I've seen more in the last couple of hours than I've seen in the whole time I've been here. T's lost one, that's a good sign. So the fish are probably starting to move down, I think, to be honest with you. I think it's helped people turning up. So I've got one gentleman over there, one on the end, and I think there's people turning up to my left today. I think that's going to benefit us down this end massively. We've been here a couple of days. We're not going to be turning up. We're not going to be smashing the swim apart in regards to putting leads out, etc. today. It's just going to be a case of hoping that the fish move, drop down on the spots, and we can take advantage of them. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I'm going to keep watching the water. I'll touch base with you later on today, but for now it's the time to watch and hopefully nick a morning bite prior to 11. So coming up to 9, like I said, fingers crossed, come on the carp. Wow, I'm shaking, but I'm finally hooked into something. Look at this, mate. Right hand rod, that one I've been real persistent on, kept going the whole time I've been here. I've had a few liners on it this morning, and now it's finally gone.
Yes.
Happy days. So now I've calmed down a little bit. So since I got here, there's a little bit, I think I mentioned, where I couldn't actually get cast to, so I had to use the boat. There was no other option. But that was on a, I'm going to have a look in a second, because at the moment I'm running at what a speed, but look at that. Yeah, look at that, mate. That's a beautiful, beautiful common. Look at it. And that's on the orange pineapple pop up there. You can see it with a few medusas on the top. Lovely fish though, beautiful colours. Oh mate, that takes the pressure off a bit, doesn't it?
Well done, mate.
So and so would you look at that, I'm absolutely buzzing. First one for me here on the top lake at Churchgate Lakes, and what a beautiful, beautiful common. Lovely colours on it. Lovely colours, sort of like a whiter belly and sort of a darker top, but just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So this fell to the ParkerBaits. It was on a little orange. I've cut right back down with a few medusas on the top. So obviously I've been feeding naturals, the chop mix that I've sort of been going over, or I'll touch on later on. Very similar to Garredd's mix as well. But yeah, mate, really happy with that. What a beautiful fish. Thank you, Mr. Common. Thank you, the ParkerBaits. And also I've got to thank Swimbooker as well, because I wouldn't even know about this lake without them. So thanks very much. Happy days. Sweet. Right, let's get some pictures. Beautiful. Wow, yeah, so happy with that. Went away lovely, that one. And what a lovely fish, lovely fish. Not only a lovely complex, but a lovely fish as well. Really, really, really happy with that. I can go away a happy man, to say the least. I'm sure we're gonna have some breakfast soon. But it's really interesting. I mean, the whole time I've been here, I haven't given loads of bait on that, but every couple of hours I'm walking around flicking a little bit on that margin, going around flicking a little bit on, going around flicking a little bit on. And I mean, it's funny because about 5 minutes prior to going around, just putting a little bit on, throwing a little bit over the top, walk back round, that is when that rod went. So it's funny how it goes. It's funny how it goes. Well, I'm going to sit back, lock on now. Obviously rod's straight back out on the money. Really happy with it. Really, really happy with it. It's just done exactly the same as obviously what I did to get that bite. But yeah, time to sit back now, digest, and just yes. So that was the rig I had it on. So it was a little whittled down, and it sort of sits just like that. Obviously little medusas on the top. This is a bit sort of twisted up now. I'm fishing about 11 inches there, so quite a long one. That's a fox kicker there, sleeve, whatever you want to call it, at the end. Quite a short one. And obviously I'm putting a tiny little bit of foam on, so obviously got that effect, so it drops down so I know I'm presentated. And that's pretty much how I'm fishing, really. Very simple. I just had another liner on that right hand rod. That's 2 now I've had. So I reckon the fish are out there, and every now and again they're knocking my line, but it would be lovely to get into a couple today, it really would. I'm going to sit on my hands, keep flicking little bits out, probably due soon, and hope for the best. But what a mega place this is, hey? Beautiful. So I'm on breakfast duty. I've warmed the sausages through there. They were lovely sausages as well. Not one bit of fat come out of them, and I've got bacon going over here. Absolutely starving, mate. Well, I'm cooking breakfast, and the man himself's got the ParkerBaiter out. This will be coming to the channel very soon. I'm actually going to do an actual video just on the ParkerBaiter. But yeah, great bit of kit. Something we're playing about with. As you can see, the poles do not sink whatsoever, unlike other brands on the market. Very buoyant at the end, big scoop. We've also got a glow stick end that you can put in the end, so you can butt right up against it night time and fish very cleverly on, again, on a dustbin lid and not have to worry. But yeah, great bit of kit, and hopefully we can put it to great use on this session here at Churchgate. But that sun, look at it. Oh. And then brekkie. Jubbly. So we've just had a play with a deeper, and didn't get that on video, but it was pinging fish on that middle spot there, that big tree right in the middle, about a rod length off. So now immediately, and they weren't showing on the bottom, they were showing mid-water, so my zig on the left hand rod, I've actually moved directly on top of that, cast that, and then my middle rod that was on that spot, I've then moved over here, and I've got that on a little bag of chops, a few naturals in there, and then a little Medusa with a OG fish wafter. And then my other rod, again, I've had 3 liners on it now. I know it seems such a silly thing to say, but when you're back leaded down, I would almost definitely say there's fish in the area. So yeah, it's all good, but it would be nice now for that just to magically rip off and show out the fish 150% there. It's nice seeing it on that deeper, but there's one thing seeing it on a deeper, and then there's one thing catching it. So come on. So what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to head over to Garred, because I know he's going to be using his pole to get a bit of bait out. So let's go over there and see what he's doing. Right, so here it is. The pole's out, he's done the length, so it's a little bit easier to get out and quicker. But what you got in there then, mate?
So we've got chops, fruit and nut, and the fish. We've got a lot of the sauce.
Fruit and nut sauce?
Yeah, fruit and nut sauce, pellet and maize.
Lovely.
Plus bloodworm and a few maggots.
Yeah, love that, mate. Absolutely lovely mix. It looks like I've just done something really dodgy there, or wiped up. But yeah, we're going to get this out and get a bit of footage and see what it looks like. Maybe time lapse it and put some music over it and make it look pretty. Right, well, that is that left hand rod out, and I'm happy with that. But my middle rod and my right hand rod, I don't think I'm going to touch, because I'm happy with them, and also having issues with the boat as well, so I don't want to jeopardise that. Yes, I could get to it with the pole, but I don't want to cause too much disturbance on that right hand rod, so I'm going to continuously put little bits out over every couple of hours. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, and literally now I'm going to lock onto the water. I haven't really got much more of an update, because literally all we've been doing is watching. Andy come down from Swimbooker, and also Mark come down from Swimbooker as well, so that was nice. And a few other people as well that watch the videos have popped down and said hello as well today, which is nice as well. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to leave it at that, and definitely got some cool foodie bits coming later on this evening. But yeah, time to chill, relax, watch the water, and hopefully catch a nosser. Well, I done exactly what I said I was going to do and left them rods out, and now it's started blooming raining. Great. The owner popped down Jody earlier. What a lovely bloke he is, really is. the time and effort that's gone into this place over the last couple of years is just crazy, to be honest with you. It's went from one extreme to the other. Love, passion behind it, you can see that, you can just taste that in your mouth when you speak to the guy. You know, all this, you know, where do you go in the country and see stuff like this? You know, it's just everything's so well built. You've got the classy little signs on there with obviously the number of the peg, chipping, so the peg's going easy. You know, this is all perfect. It's not like falling apart or anything. It's absolutely perfect. You've got soft ground to put your rods in. Yeah, it's just nice. Really, really, really nice, to say the least. But time to lock on now. Sit inside the main tent over here, not get wet, and hopefully get a run. I don't mind getting wet then. Right guys, well, it's actually pitch black behind me now. The coldness is definitely coming in, you can feel it. But good news, Andy's saved the day from Swimbooker, and also I think Mark's popping down as well. And they're bringing a Chinese, so that's going to be absolutely lovely. Looking forward to that, and I'll probably touch base when they arrive later. Right, wow, real treat this evening. The man himself's turned up, they're both here. And we're having a lovely Chinese. I think we've ordered half the Chinese.
There's no alcohol anywhere.
No. But no, thank you very much. We're going to have a lovely evening, watching the water, enjoying some nice food, some nice company, and with a lovely view. So thanks very much, lads. And yeah, enjoy a lovely evening. Come on the Carp. A lovely evening, lovely food, lovely company. Great to catch up with the Swimbooker guys, and I'm just hoping and praying I can nick one now before we leave alongside T, and obviously Garred as well. So fingers crossed. Gonna get some head down, get my head down now. I've been watching for a little bit for the last sort of couple of hours, but you can only watch and listen so much, and you start hearing things, and there's also music going on in the background. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. And I'll see you all very soon, hopefully very soon. Good morning, and yeah, quite a nice start to the morning, I'm not going to lie, and I'll tell you that in a second. But yeah, through the night it's not been great, mate. Again, the wind's turned again. It was coming down this way and now it's going that way. So yeah, it's been up and down. Very cold last night. I mean, I'm sat here now, I'm sort of living off adrenaline at the moment, but it's been really cold. So I've got a small one in the net. Just before that, T comes over. I heard it's right. He goes, I got a nice one. So you can always rely on T, Mr. 30, to make it happen. I don't know if it is a 30, but he said it's a good one, and for T to say it's a good one would probably mean it's either a mid or late 20, I would imagine. So yeah, I'm gonna just for a second, and then we'll go and have a look at his fish, have a look at my fish, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, time to wake up a little bit though. T's halfway packed down. We're going to show you the fish now. You can almost rely on Mr. 30. T's done it again, mate. So obviously it's been quite slow. Obviously losing one yesterday and then nicking one this morning. Yeah, no, fair play. How big?
This one's 26.4, mate.
Middle rod?
Yeah, middle rod, mate.
Middle.
With little OG fruit and nut wafter on this one. Just a little bag of OG pellet as well, mate.
You've been fishing a lot of bags recently, mate, ain't you?
Yeah, mate, been giving them a good go. Been giving them a good go. Seems to be doing me well at the moment as well, so I can't grumble.
Yeah. They are definitely doing that, mate. So 26.4. We'll quickly see the other side, guys, but mate, well happy for you. You can always make it happen. You've certainly done it on this trip because it has been fishing particularly hard. We've had every single weather condition imaginable, mate, haven't we? It's been cold, it's been raining, it's been snowing, but you've done it, mate. So happy days. Let's see the other side, mate, but well done. And there's the other side, guys. Mate, so happy for you. You got a long journey home today. You're doing some driving, ain't you? You're saying, looking at a new car for your fishing, a bigger car. 9 hours of driving. But mate, yeah, well happy with that. I just put it down ever so slightly. Yeah, OG fruit and nut, doing it again. Come on the ParkerBaits, come on the Nosser Pigs, and well done, Mr. 30. Wow, even Mr. 30's getting in on the action down at Churchgate Lakes. He's done it again. How big, mate?
This one's 26.4, mate.
26.4. Fruit and nut, was it you said?
Yeah, mate, fruit and nut. Got a little bag, mate.
Little wafter. You said fishing little bags. This guy never fishes bags. And the beginning of this year, he's flicked onto bags and he started catching some bangers. But I just come up for you. Lovely jubbly, mate. I'm glad we made it happen. We've had every single weather condition under the sun, haven't we?
Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong.
The ParkerBaits doing it again. Get in T-bone. And well done, Mr. 30. Smashed it. Well done, mate.
Yeah. Bigger than, isn't it?
It does. Looks massive there. Woohoo! Fish bump. Well then, mate.
Cheers, bro.
And that is T-swim. So you can get a gauge of what it looks like down this end. So obviously you've got that island bit and then obviously T. So yeah, well in. Hey. So Bosh, there it is. Definitely slightly smaller than the other one. This one's £15, give or take, something like that. But some lovely pinks coming through there on the belly. Slightly lighter. Not as obviously the other one I had was a common. But yeah, really nice fish. Really happy with that. And this was on the ParkerBaits. It was on the orange, little orange. Cut whittled down again with that Medusa on the top. But yeah, my God, has it been hard conditions here, guys. You know, it really has. We've done every single thing in our armoury to make it happen this trip and more. And to be honest with you, you know, 2 fish I would have loved a bit more, but then they're just being greedy because it's just not been fishing great, mate, has it at all? It's not been fishing great at all. So yeah, well happy with this one nevertheless. I'm going to slip this one back now. Thank you very much, Mr. Mirror. Thank you very much to ParkerBaits, and also thank you very much, Churchgate Lakes. There we go. I've just slit that fish back. Rods are already out on the money. Well happy with them. Physically can't do much more now. We've got a couple of hours. He's going to be going very soon. I can almost look and see him over there now, and it looks like he's pretty much packed up everything. So typical T fashion, comes in, gets the job done, leaves. So yeah, happy with that. Like I said, wind's going down the other end there. It's changing. It's been changing the whole time since we've been here. But like I said, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I'm going to sort of sit back now, get all this slime off me. Look at this. And enjoy the last couple of hours. I'll see you in a bit. Well, that's the bivvy down. And bearing in mind they do supply slings, mats and the net, which I thought was brilliant. And good quality nets as well. I think this was like a tracker net or something. It's a tracker, is it? Maybe? Not sure. But yeah, good quality nets nevertheless, and again, lovely and clean. But rods are still out, and what I'm going to try and do is, guys, is touch base very quickly in the shop, just show what the shop they have to offer here on site. I'm speaking to a couple of people that come down just to use their shop. They're not even members, and they've just come down to use their shop because they say it's there's a lot more going on in there than other local tackle shops, which I thought was interesting. So yeah, it's probably worth me capturing that. Wind's still trickling down that other end, but nothing really going on. So rods on the deck now. Big main tent's going down, and I'm very, very lucky because Garrett's lending me the Nossa tent, the Ridgemonkey tent, for Euro Aqua in a couple of weeks' time, so I can't wait for that. All of his main stuff's packed away, just the rods and bits and bobs. But I'm going to go to the shop. We've called him. He's going to come down with the buggy so we can get it taken back over to the car park. It's blooming brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, last little bits here. Look, it's carnage here over at the moment. But yeah. Come on, rods. Just one last fish. So there it is. The buggy's come round. The bailiffs, the team that work are absolutely brilliant. Giving us a hand as well, getting it off. So I'm going to shut up, put the camera down now. I'm going to show you the shop before I leave and fill up the car. So just getting the last bits now and then we're done. So it's just worth remembering before I leave, guys, obviously you've got the bottom lake here, you've got the middle lake, and then just up from that was the top lake, which is where we were doing the filming and fishing. But apparently this lake's got a lovely 40-pounder in, so if you are thinking of potentially joining the membership, it's definitely worth giving them a call and finding out more info on it and what's going on. But that looks a lovely lake down there. Again, same things apply. The swims are nice, very clean. You've got all this lovely fencing, safe, all fenced off up here as well. It's just beautiful in every way, it really is. So yeah, I'm going to take you up to the shop in a second and show you that. So me and Garrett are just walking up to the shop like I just mentioned, and there's CCTV all around as well, so it's very secure. You've got a toilet on the end, there's another car park there, but again, as you can see, clean, very nice. And then we come up to the main shop. There it is, look at that. It's got all this lovely astroturf down. Just looks nice, it's really well done up here. Beautiful building. And then look at this, everything's been planted lovely. It's just something else, different level. Lovely green grass, again fencing all round the back there. Is that the middle lake there, Garrett?
Yeah.
That's the middle lake there then, just beyond that. So bottom, middle, top. Right, let's head to the shop. Right then guys, that is it really, and I'm in the shop, and just very quickly touching on the shop, they've got loads of different tackle brands. Just picking on a few here, you've got Cordy, you've got Nash, you've got Tracker, there's a big Ridgemonkey section here. You've got even tents set up in here. There's copes, there's jumpers, there's G-lays, there really is a bit of everything here at Churchgate shop. Now I can see why, like I said earlier, I can see why people come here just to see the shop, because it really has got a bit of everything. And hopefully very soon, and we're already in talks with the owner, I'm sure ParkerBaits will be available in this particular shop. So if you are coming down to the venue, you do want to get your hands on the freshest bait in the game, guys, you know, pop in the shop. But again, I'm not going to say too much, this will all I'm sure all will be to come. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. It's been an absolutely beautiful trip here alongside Garedd and T, the owner, the customer service here has been great. Also I'd like to thank Swimbooker as well. So obviously that's how I've booked this, so thanks very much to them. If you do want to learn more about this venue and potentially even join the membership, please contact them directly, whether that be Churchgate on their website or also Swimbooker. But I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I hope you like this video. If you have, give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace out.